Welcome to The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun. You're putting your life on the line today, huh?
Yeah. It was just not a very, I don't know what I want to call it.
Safe environment for you?
It was just not a nice area.
Oh, man.
I made one wrong turn. Actually, I missed my turn. And I was
that's
like,
why.
oh, I'll just keep going straight. And I was like, oh, I should have turned around.
When I go like into the cities, south side
yeah.
or anything like that, I'm always looking for those that are still walking, riding their bikes, or who's out on the streets.
Right.
That's kind of how I base it. Like if
well, that's what I said. Like it didn't look terrible.
No, right.
But then I noticed as I was driving, anybody that was walking was just staring at me. Like, what is this
She
girl
don't belong
doing on this side of town?
I remember you gave me advice probably a couple months ago because I somehow found myself in a really bad area in Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, man, if this car inches up anymore and this person's walking behind my car, I am not going to have anywhere to go. And you're like, you need to keep room.
Distance.
Yeah, your distance
you
from the car in front of you.
A way out. Yes.
So did you do that? Did you make sure? Yeah.
You know what? I was lucky. There was a couple stop signs, couple stop lights, but nobody was really around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I cruised on through. I followed my GPS. I missed a turn again because I'm just like looking around like, holy smokes. Like literally, I'm driving around this very, very nice neighborhood. Okay. It's on Lake Michigan up in Milwaukee. And it's huge mansions on the water. And I'm like, this area is so nice. Mm-hmm. I go to my store. I do my thing. I leave the store. I'm following my GPS. And I'm like, this area is not nice.
Oh, no.
It was literally like 4 streets over. It was so crazy. Yeah.
Just like boarded up windows. Like graffiti,
boarded
that kind of
windows,
thing?
bars on windows.
Oh, it's like trying to keep safe. Yeah.
Lots of apartment complexes that didn't look like they were in the best condition.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
It was just, and that's just the good old cornfield Midwest girl in me.
Of course, right. We're not used to it, and it's just like all of a sudden one bad road, and we're like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
I get a little nervous in those areas. And of course, I am the palest white person.
Yeah, same.
And, like I said, I was fine until everybody walking was just like looking at me like, what are you doing over here, girl? Get out.
Yeah. They're trying to help you.
And my check engine light came on.
Of course it did.
And I was like, if I break down here, I'm donezo.
Yep. Yes. I have seen that. Oh, it's sad. I mean, we're laughing about it, but it's sad.
I know.
But you also don't want to run into anyone that's going to hurt you.
Yes.
So that does get a little bit, you get a little nervous.
So always leave room in front of you. So you got an escape.
Yeah, always.
Always keep your doors locked.
When you said that, I didn't realize how close I get to cars. You know, when you're in driver's ed and they say, can you see the tires of the car in front of you? And if you can't, you're too close. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize I completely forgot that rule from when I was 16.
It's funny because when
I needed to.
When I drive around and I watch other people drive, and I think to myself, they have never been put in a situation where they had to get out of it.
Yeah.
And it's something to think about. We all need to be aware of our surroundings.
No matter where you're at, really.
Exactly. It doesn't matter anywhere. You could be in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You always want to leave yourself room to get out. If there's a car in front of you, and why do we have to be up each other's ass anyways?
All the time nowadays.
So just leave yourself room, leave yourself time, give yourself plenty of time to get everywhere.
Man.
Especially it's winter. It's terrible driving weather. Like, there was a guy on TikTok, he does dad tips. Mm-hmm. And when it's snowing, you're supposed to drive like you have a glass of water on your dash.
Okay.
That's how you should drive. Easy, start off, easy, slow down. Mm-hmm. My mom says you should never use your brakes. When you see that stop ahead, you let off your brakes.
Yeah.
Or let off your gas. Mm-hmm. You should only use your brakes if it's an emergency, blah, blah, blah. I can't stand how my mom drives. Sorry, Mom. I know you're listening. She is a grandma driver.
Oh.
But
in a car, truck, in her motorcycle, anything?
Anything. Okay. She always gives herself plenty of room around her, you know? So.
How many accidents has she been in?
I mean, she's been in quite a few, but it's usually like, you know, like the one, I know I talked about it on here. She was going on an on-ramp and the cement mix sloshed and she fell over.
Oh, gosh.
So, I mean, yeah, she was probably traveling too fast for conditions, you know, but.
Yeah, but how do you,
gosh. I don't know that she's ever hit anybody, like, rear-ended anybody.
Yeah, I can't imagine if she keeps her distance.
Yeah.
I remember had a friend, he told the story of how he was on his motorcycle with someone else. Yeah. And he was looking in his mirror. And they learned how to keep their distance. And he was looking in his mirror and he looked at his friend. He's like, split. Like they knew that they had to split and go around the car in front of them. Yeah. And everyone started honking. But sure enough, the car that was behind them was not stopping and hit the car.
Yes.
The car would have hit both of them.
And that's, you know, that was my mom always told us when we got our driver's license. She knew we were safe drivers, but she was worried about other people. Yep. On their cell phones, looking down, you know. I think it was my aunt told me she's driving one day and she sees this van is over the line on her side and she can see the guys digging. Or was that you? Oh, that's when you were running and you can see the guy digging. Yeah. I just saw that today. I saw a guy, he's driving and he starts digging down and I was like, ooh, you know, like it's scary. Like just pay attention. Yep. Unless it's an absolute emergency, like what? You dropped your taco, leave it there.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully you have another taco.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully there's another one, or you're probably going to try and save that taco. 3-second rule on the passenger side floor.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, just leave it there.
I can't tell you it's been a long time because I've gotten to be a better driver, but I was very aggressive and just even like 6 years ago or so when I had to drive a lot. Yeah. And I would be real close to people, and then they would stop, and I would have to brake hard, and everything in my front would go forward. And this was probably when the kids still drank milk. I had a gallon of milk and it flew forward, opened. Yeah. And all I could do was look at this milk spilling all over the passenger side floor. Right. I was like, that was lesson learned. Like I was like, okay, you need to calm down a little bit. Yeah. You know, I had road rage when I was a little bit younger.
You know what? I feel like I had worse road rage when I lived super close to work. Yeah. Because I would push it to the last minute. And I'd be like, get out of my way. I need to get to work. Now I'm like, I have an hour and a half to get to work. I have all the time in the world. Yep. I'm just going to do the speed limit, maybe 5 over, sometimes 10.
Steve and I were just talking about that because the kids leave and I'm like, where are they going? And they have that mindset that everything's 15 minutes away. Yes. You know, like Steven will leave for an appointment and we know it takes 35 minutes to get to Crystal Lake, and he'll leave at like 1:45 the time. And I'm like, how's he going to get there? I remember I used to think that. Yeah. When I was living with my parents, it's only 15 minutes. Yeah. Everywhere I went was 15 minutes.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Didn't matter how long it was. Everything was 15 minutes. So
now I feel like everything's an hour.
Yes.
I need an hour to get anywhere.
It must be an age thing, right? Once you hit 40, you're like, let me give myself an hour. I always think that.
Always, yeah.
Like in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll be like, okay, I have to do this, this, and this. You know, work out, do whatever, do this, and then I need an hour to get there. Right. Even if it's only 20 minutes.
10 minutes away.
I'd like to be early now.
I do too.
Bestie does too. She's
if you're
always
not early
or
late.
Yeah, I think the only time that she's late is if the kids make her late.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But she's always early. She's very punctual. Actually, a lot of people around me are.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't say
anybody.
Fire. I should say I had to let someone go.
Yeah.
But
well, that's the same thing.
You know.
And we talked about it. Me and you texted a few times, all of us, and Bestie. And I was like, because he was warned, and you said, I'm going to do everything in my power to help you succeed. And that's what you did. And that's all you can do. That's up to them.
As a manager, as a boss, as a whoever you are, if you are leading people, you have to feel like you did your best. Yeah. And then they make the decision after that. That was probably the worst work conversation I've ever had to have today because we all had to hop on a call. It wasn't in person. Yeah. Because we have some people out of town. But we all had to HR, had to be there. My boss had to be there. Yeah. I may just delete this whole part. I just have to talk to you about it, actually.
We're so personal on
I
here.
know.
No, everybody needs to hear this. So they know that they missed the mark, you know, and like I said, you did everything you could.
I hope, right? I mean, I look back and feel like I did.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the person thinks. I don't know what, you know what I mean? So
you will never know that.
Never.
But the fact that they apologized for not hitting their marks, I think they knew. And it's probably the worst part of your job.
The worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely the worst.
I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever fired anybody. I remember I had a store director want me to fire somebody, and I was like he had just lost it with this person. He was like, he needs to be fired. And I was like, that's fine, but that's on you. Like, I'm not doing that. There has been no documentation. There has been no paper trail of these things continuing to happen and us having conversations about it and whatever and blah, blah, blah. So if you want to fly off the rails and just fire that person, you go right ahead. Yeah. But I like my job, so... Yeah.
I'm sure there's been plenty of times where someone just was like, I'm sick of you, you're done, get out. Yeah. And the person didn't fight. Now, I think people would fight tooth and nail, not to keep the job, but just to fight, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like now, right, you have to have back, even 10 years ago, if they let you go, they were like, you're done, we don't need you anymore.
Right. And now people are like, why do I have to give a 2-week notice? You don't have to give a
2-week notice. Right? Everyone's gotten real fresh and sassy, you know? It's like, this is why.
Yeah.
I've heard that there's a high turnover in HR, but I think it's because this kind of stuff happens. Can you imagine fighting all the time with people?
No.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in it. No, you know, I only know some friends, but they say it is very hard. You have to find your niche in a company that supports you, because then you're just fighting with people.
Think of anytime you've had to go to HR. What is it about? To complain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're never calling HR to be like, wow, you did a wonderful job.
Yes, thanks so much for being there today. Yeah, thanks for waking up and, you know,
you're just like,
getting all our benefits correct.
Yeah. Why isn't this right? You guys suck at your job, you know?
It's true. It's very true.
So, I could never do that job.
Same, not the same. It's like the customer service desk. You know, people are walking up because there's an issue. There's a return. They want to talk about. Very rarely, and I would step up. I would walk up to the customer service desk, and someone would say, "I just really have to tell you something." And I would go, "Yeah." Like, you know, I already would have an attitude and a protective, And very rarely they would say, "That person that's working back in grocery is phenomenal. I just want to let you know."
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. That Bob, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So very rarely.
It was never Bob.
It was never Bob, but I'm just saying.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob was always our example for what not to do. It might have been like Eric or Todd. It was never Bob. Bob and Todd. Bob was always the bad one.
Oh, no. He was helping me with water and he called me honey.
Yeah, he dropped the freaking.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that one. You have a person in grocery that every single time I ask him a question, he tells me that I'm a honey. He calls me honey or babe. I'm like, I'll let him know, but that's pretty much how he talks.
Why are people so offended nowadays? Are we getting into this again?
That was 10 years ago.
We can't do this again.
They were offended 10 years ago.
I was laughing. I was listening to last week's episode and how much you edited out that I know we said. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard.
I would listen to 5 minutes. I'm like, nope.
Well, nope.
Can't do it. That was just us talking.
I was like, wow, that was a really short episode. Oh, wait, because she edited half of it out.
I know. I go back and listen. I'm like, ooh, that's you know.
We're stepping on some toes.
If we didn't have to wake up tomorrow morning to our jobs and it was just this, and which it is going to happen eventually, we'll be very free to do whatever we want here in about 2 years.
I can say as many fucks as I want.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's not going to matter.
All right.
But we're dependent on jobs right now, so we'll behave ourselves for a couple more years, all right?
I guess we got to be good.
So I need a laugh. And I was thinking, like, what are we going to talk about? Well, obviously, we're going to talk about New Year's. Yes. Because that's coming up.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year. Be safe this weekend, please.
No drinking and driving.
Yeah,
Uber.
No, Uber it.
Ubers are going to be
I would say call
awesome.
us, but we're going to be doing our own thing.
I will also be Ubering, so don't count on me.
So I thought we'd go through some facts.
Okay.
See if anybody knows any of this, because I did not, which isn't surprising. And then I have 28 funny New Year's resolutions, and I shared one with you.
Yes.
There was a couple articles. I found one that was like 100. They were, this is pretty funny, this 28.
Okay, picked the cream of the crop of the 100.
Yes.
All right, let's
do facts first.
Okay.
Though medieval Christians attempted to replace January 1 with more religiously significant dates, I didn't know this. Pope Gregory XIII created a revised calendar that officially established January 1 as New Year's Day in 1582.
Oh.
I did not know the background of that. I thought that was
Do you know a lot of people believe that there's actually 13 months?
So the other one is, and this is just Google. You can Google all this stuff. When did New Year's Day become an official holiday? It actually took effect on January 1st, 45 BC. And for those that don't know, that's before Christ.
Yeah.
That's like before our years that we have now.
But how do I never understood BC and AD.
Birth of Jesus.
No,
it's like,
I know that.
Birth of baby Jesus. Like what we just celebrated last weekend. Yes. That's what it was. It's BC and AD.
Thank you for clarifying.
Before Christ, after death.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I really wanted to. I was so excited to tell you that information.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay.
But what was your question?
No, it's fine. We're not going to get that deep into it. Perfect, Meredith. Perfect.
Why 12 months instead of 13? So Julius Caesar's astronomers explained the need for 12 months in a year and the addition of a leap year to synchronize with the seasons. So at the time, there were only 10 months in the calendar while there was just over 12 lunar cycles in the year.
Oh.
So I think at one time there was 13 and then they thought, okay, well, we have 12 lunar cycles. So then we'll just go by the month. Okay. So I thought that was interesting. There was one more thing. Let's see if I can find it.
Sorry, I keep coughing.
No, you're good.
It's because you make me laugh so hard.
So this is from Country Living. I like their articles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever read Country Living.
No.
It's like to the point. It's clever. I kind of like it. CountryLiving.com. 28 funny New Year's resolutions to ring in a joyful new year.
So do you set resolutions? We've talked about this before. We've talked about this before. We both know we don't. Are you going to for 2023?
Right. That's a great question. No, I'm not.
No, I don't.
I usually don't.
You know what? I say it every year. I'm going to communicate with friends and family more. And I fail miserably at it every year.
You know what I actually do? My birthday's in October. I think I make like birthday resolutions. Yeah. More than New Year's.
By your birthday.
So like I'll hit a milestone, like let's 39, 40, and I'll be like, by the time I'm 41 or 42, this better be happening. Yeah. Like I tell everybody this story. My 30th. Was it my 30th? Yes. Steve took me up to Lake Geneva. I had 3 dirty martinis, puked on the way home because I love puking in Ubers and in cars, I guess. And got home, went to bed, and that was it because I hated who I was at age 30. Yeah. The second I woke up, age 30, day one, I was like, we're changing this. And I changed it all. So I think I have resolutions on my birthday.
Yeah. That's good.
Not on New Year's. And it's usually like a new business, a new hobby, making more friends, going to the gym. It's like that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I really haven't thought about it. How about you?
You're really good about like sticking to your goals.
Yes.
Not me.
It's a curse and what is it? It's a curse and a...
Why can't I think of the word? A blessing?
A blessing.
What is wrong with my brain today?
BCAD, blessings, baby Jesus, Christmas, New Year's. We'll get it. We'll get it today. It's been a long week for both of us.
Oh, my God.
So it's a curse and a blessing because I am very strong-willed. And so I'll say, what have I been telling you? We are going to be making it by the time I'm 40. Yeah. You know,
40. You do air quotes 40.
You know the age I'm telling you.
If you're not 40 yet, then I am 17.
Bitch.
Okay, if you're not 40 yet, then I'm 36.
But yeah, so it's a curse and a blessing because I'm very strong-willed. Yes. And so I will make these resolutions, birthday resolutions, and I'll say, this is what's happening. Yes. Of course, if it doesn't happen, but then I change. I have a plan. Like I'm very planned out, but I also expect that from other people too. And that's the curse.
That's
like
my curse.
if I keep hearing people complain about the same thing 5 or 6 years down the road, I kind of like back off a little bit. Yeah. Like if you're not going to change, or I just get upset with them. Like,
you're like, just do it.
Change your ways. You know what I mean?
Just do it. Stop talking about it. Just do it. And
it's funny because not that I don't judge anyone, but like you're going to keep talking about the same bullshit. Yeah. I'm bored with it. Like make your change. So blessing and a curse.
I keep talking about like dieting.
Oh, that's what you're thinking about doing?
You know, I can't. I love pasta. And then I have grandma up. Grandma's been up since before Christmas. And she's like, I made spaghetti. And I was like, yay. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I cannot. I need a personal trainer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I need a life coach and a personal trainer. Somebody that's literally going to be like, get up, bitch. Get up. You go take a walk, you know?
Yeah.
So actually having the puppy has helped me.
Yes.
Because I get up and I go out with him in the morning and like it's cold right now. So it like feels good, you know,
that's
stuff
good
like
for,
that.
That's good for bones.
But I love food. That's my issue. I just got to work on that.
Yeah. So maybe you'll try in January. See
no,
what happens.
Probably not.
But it's always on your mind.
Yeah. You know, I do my salad binges.
Yeah, you do. You're very good at doing that. I am like sick of salads.
I'll go to make you've been doing it for years. I do it for a month and then give up.
Oh my God. I'll make this beautiful salad. My favorite is a caprese salad.
Oh yeah.
You know, with the mozzarella, tomatoes, and spinach. That's all I do with balsamic.
Yeah.
I'll make that beautiful thing. I'll take a look at it. I'm like, shit, there's chocolate cake in the fridge. And have that instead.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's terrible.
I know a lot of people that will give up one thing. Like you said, you love pasta.
Yeah.
Don't give up pasta, but maybe give up bread. Or, you know, I mean, you know all about that from listening to your mom with keto. And yeah, right. You got to find something that won't be as hard to give up.
I need to kill my sugar organisms microbiome in my tummy so I stop craving it.
Oh.
That's probably the hardest thing is getting over that hump of like the first like 10 days of not eating carbs.
Yeah.
Because your body is like starving for them then. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Everybody's bored about me talking about my diet.
No, everyone's thinking about it because right about now they're like, man, in 2 days I have to, you know. So
I know.
I have a really funny meme to post on Monday that I think you'll enjoy.
All right.
So everybody look for that.
Okay.
All right. So countryliving.com shares however many different things that people said. So these aren't really resolutions, more like goals, I think. The first one says order every drink on the Starbucks menu.
Ooh.
Not all at one time.
That's good though.
Just
I
like every
that.
time you go try a new drink.
But I don't like an Americano. That's just
you're
like
gonna have to do it. It's gonna be March 4th.
Espresso and water. I don't
March
like that.
4th is your Americano, and March 5th is your Americano with water.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so many different drinks. You could do that 365 days.
I'm sure. You know what? I could probably do it for 365 days and still avoid the Americano.
You probably. Especially because of the seasons, right?
Yeah.
You got pumpkin, you got the spring, you got all that fun stuff.
Yeah, there's enough of them.
Someone else said they're going to flamingo a friend's yard for their birthday or an anniversary.
Fun. Yeah.
So it's probably something they've always wanted to do. And they're like, yep, 2023 is the year.
The year I'm going to do it.
I think this was like a year ago, but you know.
Yeah.
This one is perfect your charcuterie board skills.
Done. I've reached that goal already. When it comes to food, I've probably reached the goals.
You are very good at recipes and like knowing so much about food.
Yeah, you don't get this way by not knowing about food.
This one I wasn't sure about. It says write your own Instagram captions. So we write all of ours on Sunday. Everything is written. Everything's planned. When you see something
Are they stealing other people's?
Maybe.
Do they go to an Instagram generator?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I thought that was interesting.
Huh.
I mean, obviously I steal the hashtags, you know, when it just says top hashtags.
Right.
But actually the past couple of days it's been broken where it says no top hashtags. I'm like, fine.
Really?
Hashtag football. Everybody will come find our picture.
Is everybody like boycotting Instagram right
Who
now,
knows?
Or what?
Who knows? But yeah, I do it every Sunday. So anytime you see a post come up, it's also a surprise to me. Because I can't remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. I love that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Like I forgot about the one that said laughing when a customer tells a story. Did you see that one today? And it's us laughing at each other with each other.
No,
totally forgot I posted that one.
Instagram.
No, it's Facebook too.
Oh, no, I didn't go on Facebook much today.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I was
you
too
were
busy driving around.
Yeah,
trying to
stay safe.
Get onto the tollway.
It's because this morning when you said it took you an hour and a half, I wrote back safe travels.
Yes,
it was my fault.
Jinx. Yeah,
what were you
jinxed me. I can't remember.
It says the next one is stop drinking your morning coffee after you brush your teeth.
Ew. Well, I drink my morning coffee, then I brush my teeth, then I have another cup of coffee.
Me too. Then I have like 3 more.
So, but then I always I come home from work and I brush my teeth. I wash my hands, I brush my teeth, I wipe my face when I come home from work.
So I saw a meme with a face wipe that says this is not washing your face. And
bullshit.
I totally do that every night.
Really, I mean, if you just take a washcloth.
Yeah, right. I feel like that's the same. So I don't know why they were saying that it's not. Like I will use a makeup remover to remove because I have waterproof mascara and then rinse my face.
I go to
get
bed,
everything off.
I go to bed with my makeup on.
Sometimes I do too. It depends on the evening.
I wake up in the morning, not only is my hair wild, but I have raccoon eyes.
Oh, no.
And then I try to, snap you guys, on the weekends, and I put a cute filter on so you can't see my raccoon eyes, mascara under my eyes.
There was one morning, it had to have been just, I think it was Christmas Eve or something morning, and I was trying to do a filter on Snapchat, and no matter what filter I did, you could see how tired I was. I was not getting any sleep. And you could see it. I was like, well, we're just going to take a picture of the outside. Or a picture of my coffee.
Snow.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Yeah, those are my days when you don't see my face.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm done.
Here's my puppy.
I'm done and I haven't even started yet.
Oh, gosh. This one says, celebrate Hallmark's countdown to Christmas in July.
No.
So that's a countryliving.com.
I enjoy the summer too much to watch Christmas movies in July, but sometimes I'll be like, ooh, National Lampoon Christmas.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if I can do Hallmark movies in July.
I absolutely can.
Yeah, I know you like to watch
I'll bust out the wine.
Yeah.
I'll bust out hot chocolate. I'll turn the air down real low so it's cold in the house.
Out. I can't do that. I was Johnny about lost it this weekend because me and Grandma had him trapped in the house, And I was like, can't you turn on a Christmas movie? He's like, I'm done with Christmas.
I almost feel like I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
I may have told this story before, but I worked where we met.
Yeah.
And I had to work all the holidays because I had a crappy boss who took all the holidays off.
Yeah.
And I remember having to work through Christmas Eve, come back right after Christmas, not midnight, not how, but 6 a.m. the day after Christmas, Black Friday, all of that. And it was before Hallmark Christmas was 3 months long. It was only a couple weeks,
Right.
And I remember, I know I've told this story. I got through New Year's, had to work on New Year's. I had to work till 11, came home, celebrated with my family, went to bed, opened the next day. I clopened on New Year's, which I know a lot of people that are listening, that's probably happening to you, and I'm so sorry about that.
Yes.
So it was like the 3rd of January, and I thought, this is it. I have 2 days off. It's the 3rd and 4th, 2nd and 3rd. I'm going to relax. I'm going to make some hot chocolate or probably have some wine and watch a Hallmark Christmas movie or just watch a Christmas movie. There was not one. They were done. And I was like,
dang.
That's it. And that would probably be one of those things where I was like, yeah, we're getting out of this.
Yeah. Thank God now we have streaming.
I got so sad.
Now we have streaming, so you can just look for holiday movies.
Right. And actually, yes, that's I couldn't do that back then because it was that long ago that we really didn't have all the Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, all of that.
Right.
And I just remember feeling so sad. I'm like, oh, wow, it's over. And I just worked all through it.
Didn't even get to celebrate it.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that are listening that this is happening to you too, but take a moment, take a breath. If you got to leave work an hour early, it'll be fine. It's not going to, go up in flames, as we always say, right?
Yeah.
So
fuck that job.
Exactly. Go home and have your wine or your beer or your party night or whatever. Go do it.
Terrible.
The next one is exercise. It's your right to Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
I used to be like that.
I feel like if I could get on the treadmill more, then I wouldn't worry so much about eating pasta. But
yeah,
I just hate being on the treadmill, and I really love pasta. So.
Yeah, I ran a lot of miles on the treadmill on Monday.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm going to do it again on Friday.
You're crazy.
I have 100K coming up.
Oh, wow.
And it's like the first weekend in February, and I know we're going to have snow. It's going to be very cold here in the Midwest. So I'm getting used to being on the treadmill so I don't have to be outside for it. I have 24 hours to run 60 miles.
That's crazy.
So I have to hop on the treadmill and do that. And then after February, then I calm down a little bit. And then when it's spring, then I get back outside.
Then you get outside, yeah.
So I've been on both sides of this, and I really enjoy where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So it says exercise, you're right to Taco Tuesday. I was that person that if I didn't work out in the morning, it was salads and water all day because I didn't deserve to cheat because I didn't work out.
Yeah.
And this was this was less than 10 years ago. If I did work out, then I could have a slice of pizza at night, or I could have a beer at night with friends, or it was always like, okay, I worked out so I can have this.
Yeah.
I didn't work out, I can't have this. Now, I don't care.
I feel
I work out every other day. I eat what I want every day. It doesn't matter.
If I start working out, I'm just going to consume more calories than I
Because
do
you're
now.
hungry, right? You're hungry. When you burn calories.
I feel like I deserve an extra large piece of chocolate cake and spaghetti.
And a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
If you want to work out every other day, if you want to eat, just do it. I noticed that there was a lot of trainers on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook now that are not talking about food anymore. So I bet this is going to be a trend coming up.
Yeah.
Put in the work, burn the calories, eat in moderation. Nobody cares what you eat in moderation.
Yeah.
Keep your calories at whatever it is that you burn. If it's 1,800, 1,200, whatever you want to do,
right.
It doesn't matter. I've noticed that there's a lot. I wonder if that's going to be a big trend in 23.
I feel
follow
like
a couple people.
Life is short.
Yeah.
I always say I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
You always say that, and I hate that because we're business partners, but okay. Next.
I'm here long enough. Long enough to get it all done.
We'll always have our memories. The next one is host a chicken party.
What the hell is a chicken party?
Is it like yoga with goats?
Live chicken party?
Maybe.
I think everybody needs to invest in chickens.
I think they should invest in anything with a heartbeat. Like anything with a heartbeat makes you happy.
That we can have. Could we have goats too?
Yeah.
Goats would be fun.
You know how perfect our lawns would be if we had goats in our yards?
Yeah.
They nibble grass right to like a perfect 1 inch, half inch, whatever.
My goat would just rip the whole grass out. My whole backyard would be a mud pit. And then little Nikki, my dog, would be back there chasing the goats around and just putting paw prints all over everything. Yeah. Okay,
and
never
would
mind.
you be happy? You'd be happy though, because you'd have goats and Nikki.
No. I'd be like, whose idea was this? And Johnny would be like, yours. There you go. You wanted it.
Oh my God.
Look at all the goat shit in the backyard.
This might be my favorite. I texted you this one. Their resolution is stop blaming my farts on the dog.
I feel like Johnny just started. We just got a puppy. He is not going to make that resolution at all. He will forever blame the dog.
That is great.
He blamed the dog when we didn't have a dog.
I have blamed dogs before at houses. Not yours, just so you know, not yours.
Like, what is that?
Man, I went to one party and they had like a St. Bernard, thank goodness, that was laying right next to me. And I must have had cheese or like broccoli cheddar soup that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, no one's going to know. I'm just putting it into the cushion of their couch. Right. I was like, oh my God.
That poor couch.
And of course, the owners were just like, oh my God, like Frankie, whatever his name was. I'm like, yeah, get out of here. Sick. But I didn't dare stand up because it would probably come up even worse.
It would have followed you.
It would have followed me. It's crazy.
That's so funny.
Oh, gosh. So this one says, treat your car to regular car washes.
I need a car wash right now so bad. And I was going to pull into the one that has like, you can either go through or you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Packed. And I was like, shoot, okay, I know there's a gas station down the road that has a car wash. Pull in, closed. I was like, well, I'm not getting a car wash today.
Yeah.
It needs one right now so bad.
Everybody had the same idea.
Yeah. Well, it was, I think it was 29 degrees when I went and started my car this morning. I was like, sheesh, I don't even need a coat today.
I know. Yeah.
It was
got to
so
43
nice.
or something. So.
And like, because right now we're recording, it's Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, it's supposed to be like 50 something. Wow, I'm so excited. we had our Christmas. We had our white Christmas. I'm done with winter now.
Yeah.
But really, we still have January, February. Those are like the worst months. So we'll see what happens.
The way you just said that reminds me of that TikTok song, January, February, March, April. It's usually weight loss, right?
Yeah.
Or someone growing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. A puppy.
Yeah. So back to the car wash is super, super quick. Do you keep your car, the inside clean? Pretty much, right? I mean, I know we talked about it like after the first snow, both of our cars were just like, oh my God, look at our rugs.
I have like 2 bags of garbage in my car.
Oh, but they're bags of garbage. They're not garbage on your floor.
No, I'm pretty good about keeping it in the bag. And yesterday was garbage day, but the holiday, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, sure.
And I was going to throw it in the garbage this morning because Johnny took out the cans and I forgot. I'm just riding around dirty.
I feel like if you take a shower, you get dressed, you kind of want to get into a clean car, even if it's just your side.
I know.
Wipe it down a little bit. I don't know.
I'm pretty good about wiping down like the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And then dusting, I'm good about that. But yeah, I just picked up like more work shit the other day. So one of the uber exciting things about my job is they give us coupons to like put on products, right?
Oh, sure. IRCs, right? They're called?
Yeah. I don't even know what IRC stands for, though. We went through this with Drew, didn't we?
Probably.
IRCs.
Oh, right. Probably.
I can't remember.
Instant rebate coupon.
There you go. And I'm so excited. All of them expire. Not all of them. I mean, I put a lot out, but they give you an enormous amount, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited that a bunch expire on the 31st so I can toss them.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you can only put so many ketchup coupons out.
I know. Although you do realize how much people shop it.
Yes.
Like if you go to the store on Monday, you go back the following Tuesday and you have to reapply all those coupons to that on that same store. That's a lot of ketchup people are buying.
It's not that I have to reapply them. I have to dig them out from the back of the shelf and put them back towards the front.
Yeah, because there's no FIFO happening. Yeah. That makes sense.
But that's another good thing. That's why I like putting the coupons on, because then you can see if the store is rotating. It's easier for you to check dates. You're like, I know I checked all the ones with the coupons on it, blah, 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 pull those back to the front, so.
What was the latest date? I guess I don't know if I'm saying that right, that you've ever found on shelf, or oldest date?
You don't even want to know.
I do want to know.
Just recently.
Give me a city of the store.
It was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
It was in Wisconsin. And I found a salad dressing that was 2013.
Oh, no kidding. Just push to the back?
It was on the top shelf all the way to the back.
Okay,
so nobody was checking that.
But you were milk crate and all.
Yeah. I was like staring at them like I had pulled them forward. A couple had been bought. And I'm just looking like, that label looks different. Is that new? Or is
that
old?
Yeah.
So then I go on a mission and I just start checking everything in the section. So, yeah.
Yeah, I said the word milk crate. So I went to the store the other morning and I was in line, and maybe this cashier had a really bad day. He was shorter, so he was standing on a milk crate.
Oh, wow.
To do the cashiering.
To do cashiering?
Yeah.
I feel like you could be pretty short to do cashiering. Yeah.
And so I put my stuff down and I said, good morning. He said nothing. He just started scanning. I know he's not deaf because I heard him talking. I had 2 gift cards. And he put the gift cards towards me, like, how much? And kind of shrugged his shoulders, like, what are we doing here? And I was like, you want me to knock you off that milk crate? Oh. You better just.
Pretty sure that's not OSHA approved, first of all.
You better knock that attitude or I'm going to knock you off.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was like, oh. And I'm like, I've said before, don't mess with me.
Was he like a little person?
I don't know. I could just see it. I don't know. I didn't notice. I mean, maybe just young.
I'll sit on milk crates a lot. I try not to stand on them because I work in union stores. So that's like a no-no.
Sure.
I try to find a ladder, but every once in a while I'll sneak up on a milk crate, but yeah. I've seen people slip off of them, so I try not to.
Oh, I've slipped off of them for sure. Okay, anyways. Not now in the job I'm at. This next one is funny because I wouldn't know who I would do, who I would pick, but it says perfect your favorite celebrity impression.
No.
That would never be a resolution.
Have you seen the girl that plays all of the Kardashians? Like she reenacts and she shakes her salad.
So funny.
Oh my God, Kim. I'm laughing so hard.
She's really gotten good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't have.
You mean to tell me that you didn't know that he was here?
I did not approve these cookies for the birthday party. I can't believe you did that.
Kim. It's freaking good. And she's gotten so good. I don't know who I would do.
I don't even have. No.
There's a woman that we also follow, Clopin, the second account follows, that she looks like Jim Carrey.
Yes, I've seen her.
And she didn't know
she
that.
Just chipped her tooth.
She accidentally just chipped her tooth.
And she was like, I don't know if the world's really playing a trick on me. Like, I already look like him. Then I chipped my tooth.
Now she's in the news. Like, someone wrote an article on her.
Oh, my God. How embarrassing.
But she went from just someone that was posting to someone saying, you look like Jim Carrey. And she was like, alrighty then. And then she was like, and she doesn't even try, but she truly looks like she could be really. I mean, we're all related. We know this.
Yes.
I mean,
7 degrees.
Yes.
7 degrees.
So who knows, right?
Yeah.
But it's great. It's funny. I love that kind of. That's the kind of stuff.
Hey, you know what? So, somebody in the family over Christmas time, she goes, do you have a way to search for something in an episode that you said? And I was like, oh God, why? What did I say?
Oh, that's great.
And she goes, you referred to Kristen Bell as, who is that girl? It's Dax Shepard's wife.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I remember saying that, but I don't know when it was. But she said, because she follows Dax Shepard on Instagram, I guess, and all of his social media, she's a fan. And she was saying how everybody refers to him as Kristen Bell's husband. Nobody ever refers to him as his name. And she goes, I wanted to say, hey, listen to the Clopin this episode at this, time, and see if you like that, because I said, who is that? It's Dax Shepard's wife.
So it must have been our movie one.
So I told her I would try to figure that one out. So I could let her know which episode and what was like the minutes in. So I got it. So now I have to start listening to all of our episodes again.
Oh, that's funny.
Was it when I was watching The Good Place? And I randomly brought up The Good Place.
Oh.
It might be a little harder than we think.
Frick.
I'm going to have to just start listening.
Darn it. All right, I will too. I'll just re-listen.
I'm going to start doing my research this weekend, re-listening to all episodes. I'll let you know. Maybe you start at the beginning. I'll start at the end.
Right.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. See how many times you can watch your favorite series back to back in 1 year without getting bored of it.
Okay, well, does it count if you just put it on while you're sleeping? Because I've watched Bones 800 times.
Really? I love Bones.
I
didn't know that you were a fan.
Yes. I love Bones. I put it on almost every single night for bed. It's between Bones and Monk. And I've watched Monk a lot too, and I never saw the last episode. And I finally saw the last episode of Monk the other day.
Is it sad?
It was heartwarming.
Oh.
It was actually a good ending, so
Very neat.
But I don't know if I could just over and over and over again. That's the only thing I watch. I can't do that.
We have a friend that I Snapchat often.
Yeah.
And she started from the beginning of our episodes. And so is every once in a while we'll post you ladies are so funny. And she's on episode 37 or something like that. And she keeps talking about how she's binging it, or someone that we used to work for that lives down south now is working overnights. And she mentioned that she's been listening to us overnight. I don't know if it's a binge or not, but it just it's kind of cool because that's how we are when you're watching Bones.
Right.
Or I just restarted Prison Break.
Yeah.
I started watching that again.
I never watched that.
I like it. I like it. I have to fast forward. Sometimes it's the same a little bit, but Steven's a big fan. My son is a big fan of it. And he's like, you got to watch that. So I'm going to use that to get through my treadmill days.
Well, I like, have you ever watched The Mentalist?
No, I don't watch. I'll be lucky I get to episode 12 on Prison Break.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Mentalist is good, but I was laughing. That's another one I'll watch before, but I don't know why I like to watch murder shows. But I was laughing. I turned it on, And then Johnny came to bed, and I don't think he knew really what I was watching, even though it's like the main guy is, it's the main guy.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, what happened? Did somebody get murdered? And I was like, it's every episode. Every single episode, somebody gets murdered. It's the same thing. There's a little bit of truth to every single fictional show.
Yeah, or, even if you thought you made it up, it could have been something that you read a long time ago or watched a long time ago, and you just had this idea. Yeah. So, you have your own spin, but...
Yeah.
All right, I'm actually going to do one more.
Okay.
This last one, I think, is very important. Drink your coffee while it's hot. How many of us...
Not me.
Okay, besides you. You don't have kids. You have just a puppy. How many of us, Keurig, Bun, whatever, Mr. Coffee, you make your coffee, you sit it on the counter, the kids need you, you get a work call, you decide to go take a shower because you may not have time later, and then you come back to cold coffee. Don't do that. Be a Cass.
Yeah. Drink your fucking coffee.
Drink your coffee. Ain't nobody needing you for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're a morning coffee drinker, sit down for 10 minutes. Don't open your phone. Themselves. Yeah. They can do it.
But that's what I do in the morning. I totally grab a coffee and a smoke, and I grab my phone, and I let the puppy out.
Yes. It's your time.
Yeah.
It's your time. I want to mention a company.
Okay.
And I cannot think of her company right now. But I got this. It's a fidget spinner ring.
Yeah, I was looking at your ring.
And because I pick my nails really bad, and I pick even though Julia does my nails, I pick my skin. I have scars, and people that know me know that I do this. And it's fidget. It's like it's a spiral, and there's like it's sterling silver. And I will share her company. I left a review for her because I was so impressed. Yeah, it's really neat. So I'll share cute. That because I really I like it. I like it. And I want others, that maybe if you pick your skin or pick your nails or pick whatever,
bite your nails,
bite your
nose,
lip, you can do
pick
this
your
instead.
Butt.
Yeah. So we'll share that.
Get your fidget ring instead of picking your butt.
I also went to Nordic Brew yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah.
How was it?
So it's right by a tanning salon.
Yeah.
It's right by Fitness 120 in McHenry.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So nice. And the coffee was delish.
Good.
I got half gingerbread, half caramel, I think it was, in oat. They have oat and almond milk alternatives.
Yeah.
And I did oat. It was perfect. It was hot.
Love oat milk.
Yes. Support small business. Go visit them. They're right off of 120. And that's it. It was like a surprise review. I didn't say who I was. I was just like, you know what? Thank goodness it was good, because can you imagine a bad review?
Well,
we would
if
never
it was
do
bad,
that.
you would just not talk about it. We would just talk about it off the air.
So if you're a company that's listening and you want us to surprise visit your company, let us know. We might have something going here. But
if we like it, we'll post about it. If we don't, you won't hear from us.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for joining us today. Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Pop them bottles of champagne.
That's
but
right.
Don't drive.
Did you get your case?
Uber.
Did you get your case of champagne?
No, I just bought a couple bottles and we drank them all over Christmas weekend.
There you go.
Because I hosted a lot over Christmas weekend.
You did.
It was a lot.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Nametag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Keyboards, written and performed by my daughter, Julia. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.